Um, okay. Few things. Number one, Golden State Motorsports Park. Is like Curry here? Is Curry here? I don't know. And I'm concussed. Welcome back to the Bass Racing League. Welcome back to Lumcar. We haven't seen Lumcar in actually a minute here. I haven't seen him since Bristol, where they actually put on a really, really good race. So expectations are kind of high as we go into one of my favorite road courses in Golden State Motorsports Park. I am heavily concussed still, so do not expect me to actually do good on commentary here tonight. That's, of course, why I have to bring in the man, the myth, the legend, the man who's going to carry me through this commentary and probably the next 20,000 recordings after this because I cannot get rid of this concussion. Savage Toy Show.
How's it going, guys? It's great to be here in the Golden State Motorsports Park in beautiful, sunny California. And, Brian, this is my first time here doing Lumcar with you.
Yeah, welcome to the absolute stupidity and low tier driving that we expect from Lumcar. These cars are absolute monsters and horrifically scary to drive. So it's going to be fun to see them on a road course because they will probably do some really stupid stuff here in this one.
Yeah, definitely expect to see nothing short of excitement. We've been here a couple times in the past, over the last few seasons, provided some interesting racing. Gonna be interesting to see how these guys tackle it for the first time in their careers, for a lot of them.
Absolutely. And of course, Lumcar, if you know the lore, if you understand these cars are scary in first and second gear. Trying to get up through the gears, they're just so much power to the back wheels. Okay.
To the rear wheels.
Thank you. There's so much power going on back there that it is very easy to lose control and spin out. It's going to be interesting how they get through these slower sections, i.e., that braking zone, without spinning the back tires and potentially wrecking in those lower gears. It's going to be a challenge, especially for these young rookie drivers.
It's also gonna be interesting to see how hard that they take risk getting back into the gas, because one small second of wheel spin could cause you to miss your braking point right here. Like down that straightaway, you want to be full throttle the entire way until you get to that braking point. But if you're not careful getting back on the gas, you can go right into that sand trap up there, as we have seen a couple times.
Absolutely. In terms of drivers, oh Jesus Christ, we're almost wrecking here on the back straight. That's not the back straight. This is the run down to the final corner. What?
I was about to say that was the penultimate corner. That was a little kink heading down the front stretch into the not as high braking zone turn one as you may think. It looks a lot more challenging than it is.
True, but it does set up for some amazing battles, as you see right here, Oliver Miller and Ethan Jamerson. I mean,
Oliver Miller has been
hell,
here in the
they're
past.
just going to send it 3 wide because why not?
We've also seen this in the past. A lot of contact can be done in this direction, going this way. Smart move by Miller to back out right there.
Or you could just send them into the next corner. It doesn't quite. I mean, just phenomenal racing always and will be. In terms of driver changes, since the last time we've seen Lumcar, we only have one. And that is Chris George in the 6 full-time. Savage, you hired this man. What jumps off the table with Mr. Chris George?
His work ethic. He's had a really high work ethic, getting in the shop, getting in there quickly, doing what he needs to. So obviously we don't expect too much out of him. It is his first time in one of these cars, in any type of cars really. So it's gonna be very interesting to see. Picked him up from a little. We were watching him on the go karting scene for a while there. So decent little road course guy.
Interesting. So, this is not a one-off deal. I understand this is a full-time campaign.
Full-time campaign. We found funding from, we think, Lionel Racing for funding his season full time with a pretty dang good deal. I'll be honest. So it's gonna be
A generous offer.
a generous offer.
Uh,
But no, we're looking forward to seeing how this kid does. Maybe he can prove everybody wrong and show that Cyber JC can actually be good in Lumcar.
well, you guys have been pretty solid. All of them, Oliver Miller, almost winning Bristol. We'll see. Obviously, that Savage Racing ladder is an absolute kind of a mess right now. If we're going to be honest, there's
We
drivers
lost a,
everywhere.
we've lost a lot of people over the last few off seasons because the ladder's been. I mean, we have good drivers,
Absolutely.
so who knows how it's gonna happen. We've lost some drivers due to trades that I feel like I'm regretting, but I mean, so far in practice, Jacob Keller, Sewell having good runs. Jay Manning in 7th, really good run for him. And Chris George, we were just talking about him, P12.
Very good rise. He's actually passing Travis Martinson. That's a pretty good move for him. But currently, it is Royce at the top of the table here in practice. Let's simulate practice, see who's going to go fastest in practice. And it is indeed going to be Royce, followed by King David, Finn, Thad, Shin. Jacob Keller is your top 5. Ethan Jamerson, Sewell, Johnny, Jay Manning, and Eli Nightstick is the top 10. You can look through the rest of your finishing results here. Let's go down to the bottom. Who is dead last? Badger Sickle. Well, that's not very sick. Cole of him.
Same brain. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why we are the commentary group.
Yeah, same brain as I have a concussion. I'm going to be honest, I don't feel like sitting here for 7 minutes, so let's simulate qualifying.
Simulation.
And Royce goes P1.
It's Royce, and then the two Tylers, Tyler Slider, then Coots, Dexter Cortez, Ethan Jameson running out of the top 5. Then you have Finn. Chris George qualifies P7 his first time in the car. What on earth? Then you have Jay Manning, Jacob Keller, and Robert Chin rounding out your top 10. You can look through the rest of your finishing results and qualifying right there. And dead last is going to go to Jess.
Yikes. Not a good result, especially considering Finn got a P6. Dead last in P6 in qualifying for extra racing. I don't know how I would feel about that.
But you know what I am feeling like? I'm feeling kind of happy.
In this hour?
And it's time to see who else is going to be happy in this hour.
Didn't think you'd take it that way, but you did. And it's James Olsen. No, it's going to be Finn.
Finn looking strong today. Chris George, P8. James Olsen, Dexter Cortez, Dean, Royce. Piggy jumps to P6 last second. So it goes Finn, James Olsen, Dexter Cortez, Dean, Royce, Piggy, Ethan Jameson, Thad Shin, Tyler Slider, Chris George rounding out your top 10. You can see the rest of your results from Happy Hour and Porter Wyatt. Bottom of the barrel.
All right, y'all. So, let's talk about a few things. Number one, there's actually quite a few drivers in this field here today who are going to be making bump truck and bump car starts. Tyler Slider, who qualified P2, he will be racing the 5 truck for Speed Demon Racing in the Truck Series race. So, obviously, he's proving his worth as we speak. Finn will be racing the 35 in the Cup Series race, in the bump car race.
Well, attempting to, at least.
Well, yeah, of course, both of them are attempting to. There is rumor going around that Thad Shin could find himself in a bump truck or bump car series ride with Bump and Run Racing. We'll see where that rumor goes. We're yet to get official confirmation, but that could be huge for him. He's actually had a pretty good quali session here as we continue through the pack. Ander Barr is confirmed to drive the 52 bump car. ride. Um,
That,
that's a step up in machinery.
yeah, just a little bit.
Just a wee bit. I also have news for you, Savage,
Oh,
because you don't really know this. Uh, in the 20 this week, in the Bum Truck 20 for Big Apple Racing, that's been a pretty solid truck this season, I would say. Haha Breeze and Jacob Keller has done pretty solid job. Josiah will be racing this week
Josiah
in that.
making the bum truck return. That's gonna be very interesting to see.
Absolutely. Looking through the field, I don't think anybody else is racing up
Doesn't
this
look
week. I
like
don't
it.
believe so. But there's still some interesting names up there. Maybe Tyler Kuntz could actually get him a Sham Motorsports ride. He's been quite impressive this season, obviously qualifying P3.
I mean,
Um,
Tyler Kuntz has bounced around the Bass Racing League in terms of rides for a while now. Maybe he might have found a home with Shea Motorsports.
yeah, and it's his luck this season hasn't been a sham either. He's actually stayed pretty consistent, and he's doing good. Also, by the way, me and Savage are doing radio style. Savage will go from the start finish straight all the way up to basically the backstretch, or what I'm calling the backstretch, and then I will take it the rest of the lap. And yeah, this will be interesting. Okay.
This is not the first time we've done it. We tried it in a bum car last year,
I think we've done
and
it
it
across all series, basically every road course
yeah
race, if I'm not outside of season
yeah
one Sonoma, which I did it single handedly. And actually, while I'm sitting here talking about season one Sonoma, I mean, hell, we have Finn here,
yeah.
who won season one bum car Sonoma. So he's got road course race winning experience. I'm intrigued to see how he does today. And in fact, he's my pick to win this race.
Very interesting. I'm gonna go with another season one veteran, Tyler Kuntz.
You
He's
think Tyler
looks.
Kuntz is gonna get it?
I think Tyler Kuntz gets it today. He looks really quick. He has experience at this very racetrack, so he knows where to make a move, where not make a move.
True.
Look for Tyler Kuntz to be a threat today.
Absolutely. Um, let's keep this short and sweet. Let's just move on to the race here. Actually, never mind. You can go ahead and make your other predictions since it's about to run out anyway.
um, I don't really have another one. I mean, from the to the, I guess you could say, go to the back real fast. Honestly, maybe that 43 could start making his way to the front. He might be pretty good.
Ooh, Travis Martinson. Travis Martinson, notorious a great qualifier. However, did not quite have it today. My pick. Um, I'm gonna pick Deshaun. Veteran experience.
Fair enough. That's valid. I forgot he was even in this.
I think most of us still forget he's even in the Bass Racing League these days. But the commands have been given. Pace car is absolutely flying. What the hell?
Pace car just shifted into fourth and immediately just launched. Oh my!
He just left. Guys, catch up.
The pace car's like, yeah, no, thank you. I don't like these guys.
All right, 15 lapper
Who's
here.
behind the wheel? Who's behind the wheel of the pace car tonight? Do we
Uh,
know?
maybe the injured Sam Stockton. I don't know.
How is he driving a pace car if he's injured?
I don't know. Didn't we have like Lore who was driving the pace car?
We did at one point.
Like
I don't
season
remember.
one, we had Lore.
Anyways, Field comes into the front stretch, waiting to receive the green flag, and we are going to be racing here in Gold State Motorsports Park. Gonna be side by side heading to turn one, and he is clear, 30 out into the race lead. Tyler Kuntz already trying to be aggressive, gonna throw it up the inside, gonna block off the 91. Tyler Kuntz gonna try to get up there, clear for the top three. Top three have single filed out now. You need to get to the preferred, to the right or the left, depending on where the next corner is. This next one up is a right-hand corner. As you see, Tyler Coots side by side in a battle. Tyler Coots going to be able to clear. Top 6 look to be all single filed out. Couple cars making some moves. Cars sliding all over the place. It is still early.
Absolutely. Ethan Jamerson with a great start already on the tailpipes of Tyler Coots. He's become aggressive. Tyler Slider dropping back a few positions. Oh, Ethan Jamerson did not have the best entry into that corner. Maybe got slowed up a little bit there by Tyler Coots. Meanwhile, Jay Manning and it looks like Badger Sickle are going to try to go ahead and get past William Drake. And now actually Badger Sickle is going to try to go around the outside of Jay Manning. Doesn't quite. He's actually still there. He's going to hang on here. But currently it's a Royce P1. He's got a good solid lead up there. And actually Badger Sickle beats him around the outside. Beats Jay Manning around the outside. Here comes Jay Manning back to the inside. We're dogfighting on lap 1. Oh, we're going 3 wide.
3 wide? How's that going to work? It somehow works out down the front straightaway. The entire top, looks like 10 are single filed out now. Yeah. Top 9. That'll be top 10 single filed out. But here comes a 20 trying to make something happen. Fizz making some moves. Fizz looking really strong today. Fizz is...
That's Finn.
Is that not?
That's Finn.
Finn. I am...
Are you the concussed? I'm sorry.
It's hard to tell from up here, alright?
Yeah. Oh.
And I don't have my paperwork in front of me. Ethan Jamerson making a move on Tyler Coots. Gonna make it work? Yeah, he gets there. Tyler Coots not gonna be able to do the switchback on him. Tyler Coots gonna tuck in line. Smart decision right there.
Ethan Jamerson up into P2, but Royce is absolutely just left the picture. There is no family photo to be seen. Dexter Cortez gets up past Tyler Slider as well. Meanwhile, the battling is still commencing back here, Sewell, as we shuffle through the pack to see where your favorite drivers are. I mean, for the most part, the back of the pack is kind of single file. I mean, there's still quite a bit of battling. They're always going to be battling around here. But, man, Royce is already gone. Ethan Jamerson actually opening up the door, trying to throw a block on Tyler Coots. However, doesn't quite see it through. And Tyler Coots is going to push him to the line. Meanwhile, Tyler Slider and Dexter Cortez makes a run on the front stretch.
As we are going to start to see some battling, it is a very quick sprint race here at the Golden State Motorsports Park. Roy's starting to pull away out to a 1.2 second lead over the rest of the field. It's Ethan Jamerson and Tyler Coots want a chance to catch up to Royce. They're going to have to stop. Now Tyler Coots puts the bumper to Jamerson. Oh boy, Coots is getting angry. Going to be very exciting to see as there's a dogfight back here. 4 cars under a blanket. The 93, the 70, the 6, and it looks like the 38 are all right underneath a blanket. The 70 going to try to power around the left side. The outside for this corner. Not going to be able to work. Going to lose 2, maybe even 3 spots out of this.
But can Finn and Chris George keep the power down around the outside? They do. Absolute bravery on the throttle there by a rookie and a veteran. Very impressive from both. But Ethan Jamerson and Tyler Coots almost had a little bit of a coming together, a little collision happening. Meanwhile, Finn's going to try to go around the outside of Chris George in some corners that usually the outside doesn't quite work. But Badger Sickle proved early on in this race that they actually do work. Finn's got a good run right now. But Chris George keeping him honest, sliding up into him, making maybe a little bit of contact. Can Finn hold it around the outside? He's got a solid run. He's going to be able to put the power down on the front stretch.
Chris George is a pure rookie. First start, but doing a really nice job keeping the fenders on that 6. And looks like that battle for second has started to dissolve a little bit. Ethan Jamerson has started to has cleared Tyler Coots. But now he has to make up 1.7 seconds to the race leader of Royce, who is absolutely in a different zip code. Royce is an underrated road course racer, but this top 3, looking very interesting here. Tyler Coons is obviously one of the best drivers in the field. Has been one of the most experienced as we come around to the backstretch.
Absolutely. And I would love to shout out Strange Motorsports here with the 2-4-10 right now. Very impressive from that team right now. Most of the field is currently single filed out. Everyone's trying to get aggressive on the brakes into the braking zone, including moving Ember Estevez. Piggy does that kind of with ease. Now, can we see maybe a late lunge into this corner by the 31 Piggy? Another one of those grizzled veterans, been around since season 1, never has really had good equipment, but is now part of the Ford family as a developmental driver within the Running Bandit Racing team here. Think Fast Racing in general just don't really seem to have a whole lot of pace, but as you can see right now, Piggy's being the one who's able to extract that pace. Meanwhile, Andabar with a little dive here of Piggy trying to take advantage of Piggy's mistakes.
Andabar trying to be aggressive, but Andabar does have his Dodge teammate right there behind him as Alvin Miller looked to be aggressive right there. Nothing doing on that occasion right there. Disbattling for top to try to get. Actually, this isn't even for top 20. This is outside the top 20. So they're just battling out just about every position matters here in Lumcar. And looks like Piggy gonna try to make a move in that Think Fast Racing Ford on the 27. Oh, 27's gonna actually carry a lot of momentum. But Piggy's gonna cut underneath. And the bar gonna follow Piggy through. That is a great battle.
Well, I have a second here just because I don't know why Brian's getting the vibe, the feeling that we may end up with a caution soon. I'm going to turn on our best friend and the love of my life, the Better Cautions mod, just because Brian's a little scaredy pants. Anyway, back up to the action. They are brawling up here at the front of the pack. Let's move ahead back up there. As currently, Tyler Coons has fallen back. He fell back behind Tyler Slider and Finn there on that lap. It's going to be interesting to see how he can make that up. Meanwhile, Ethan Jamerson is keeping Royce honest, keeping the gap about the same. Doing a great job of that. As we're looking throughout the pack, trying to find somebody trying to do anything stupid, but everyone's kept it together so far in this one.
Very true. Royce is starting to
Whoa.
put some decent. Oh, something happened. Oh boy, Ethan Jamerson from second place has the caution. Massive pile at the 70 gets involved, parked in the middle of the racetrack. That is not a safe place to be. Everyone else looks like they get through just fine, but something happened to Ethan Jamerson heading into turn 1. Car just broke. Caution for the first time of the race here. Golden State is out. Ethan Jamerson had lost about a second that last time by, so maybe felt something going on. But Royce is going to retain the race lead, and this is going to put Chris George into the top 5, but Royce 2.3 up.
And with that being said, now they are racing back to the line. I do not know or have a clue at all what happened there. That was just he pulled down to the inside and maybe his brakes failed or something. Maybe had a tire go down. I'm unsure. We'll have to look back at the damages. Maybe he did indeed have an issue. But now it's going to be Tyler Slider, who's been promoted to P2. Ethan, man, I feel bad for Dexter Cortez. He was having a great run, but unfortunately, big-time damage. That's going to put him big-time disability here. Very unlikely as he's going up here because these guys are already under caution. Everybody else racing back to the line. And Royce is indeed going to lead us back under caution.
Under caution, Ethan Jamerson, something broke on that car, and he just pulled down to the left. And
wouldn't that be the right?
Yeah. I apologize. It was to the right. Let's see. going through the final corner.
Doing everything
This,
fine. Slows up big time, pulls it down to the inside, but and
and
it
then does a decent locks up right there. Not really much he could do in that situation. Got in the grass and just locked up.
and it
Not
looks like,
really.
if maybe I'm mistaken here, but that left front, that's the, yeah, that is left. Never mind. The left front looks a little flat there.
It does. I mean,
That's
maybe
probably
there's
why he
some
locked up.
contact. Maybe that we saw a little bit of contact there
Possibly.
when he
Um,
was battling with Tyler Coons. Made a little bit of contact.
um, but would it go down that long? And we can confirm that he did have a tire failure. And I'm getting reports now. This is not from a rub. This is, he ran over a piece of debris out there on the racetrack. There was a sports car race here last week. Maybe someone did not properly clean up the track. That is extremely disappointing, and you have to feel bad for Ethan Jamerson and Dexter Cortez if that is the case, which sounds like from the reports that it is.
Chris George got really lucky right there that Ethan Jameson did not slide into him. Like, watch this view right here. You see him twitch the wheel a little bit to avoid that. That's impressive right there.
Very good on him, and yeah, Dexter Cortez, just nothing he could do here. Jacob Keller is going to give us a good view of this one.
See the smoke? Part the seas like Moses, Jacob Keller.
You love to see it. We are under caution here. The pace car did not drive off, so that's a good start. Let's take a look and see. I do not believe. Oh, we do have some damage on Ozzy Allen. Got some big time nose damage.
Some big time damage to that Ford Performance, Ford Mustang right there. Heartbreaker for that guy, for that team. We're already having a bad day, and it went from bad to worse in a heartbeat. But that's just how fast things happen here at the Golden State Motorsports Park. One person can have an issue and you get caught up in it without having anything to do with it at all.
I'm interested to see what the actual heck happened to Ozzy Allen. Ozzy Allen from racing royalty, a part of the Allen family, multi-time winners. In fact, that Sylvie Allen has a championship under her belt. I'm intrigued to see what happened. Obviously, Ozzy is a rookie,
Field
so
stacking up.
I'm gonna guess somebody didn't hit the brakes, and yeah,
Yeah, just field stack up at the
Ozzy
end of a turning.
in a corner too. Oh, but
Just
I
gassed
mean,
it up.
yeah, I don't know what. Oh, what are they doing now? What
What is happening? Are these guys having issues
are they being
back
stupid?
here?
No, they seem to be fine. They're just taking it very cautiously right now. They're
I
ensuring that
mean,
they can get through. Oh, now James Olsen has damage.
maybe he rear-ended someone as well.
We're going green.
But
That's probably why they're going a little bit slower.
it's gonna be interesting to see now that Royce has some competition on that front row.
And in fact,
In the
Tyler Slider
93,
has the inside. No, he'll have the outside. Excuse me.
he'll have the outside, but the outside in turn one is really good.
I'm interested to see maybe Finn using that veteran experience can get a run. Gonna also have to watch out for the damaged cars, even though it's a road course. It shouldn't really matter. This restart could cause some chaos.
And where does Chris George go?
Well, we're gonna find out. He's surrounded by guys who have at least raced in, you know, bum trucks or something. I mean, you look at this inside lane, it's Royce, Finn, then Chris George, and then behind him you have Badge Sicko and Sewell. All four of those guys have previous bum car and bum truck experience and have experience on this road course. Chris George has not have any experience in this car or this course at all. I'm intrigued to see what happens as we come on to the front stretch.
Feels back in the hands of Royce coming down as we are halfway through Golden State Motorsports Park. Green flag in the end. The 93 gets him. The 93 got Royce on the start. People being aggressive back there, and I think it'll be a hold tough on the outside. Royce gonna try to get there. Where does Finn go? How aggressive does he become? Where does Chris George go? Who's gonna be most aggressive? Tyler Kuhn's trying to get up into P4. Not going to work this time. Royce still on the right side, which is the inside for that corner, and this next one coming up as well. Chris George sticking right there in P4, doing a really, really solid job. As we go, Royce side by side still, outside. Not normally the best over there, as it's proven right there, as Royce takes the Lewis lead.
Royce went a little bit wide, forced Tyler Slider to change up his line. Meanwhile, Finn with the absolute balls around the outside. Can Tyler Slider slide in a move? He does. Late breaks are needed around here, and he's going to keep the battle going between him and the 38. Royce retains his lead. However, he's definitely got pressure from behind, as Tyler Kuntz is going to keep that position. And now Finn gets a little bit moved. Here comes Chris George down to the inside. Meanwhile, looking throughout the pack here, I believe everyone has made it through lap 1 of this restart here just fine. Ethan Jameson's back on the racetrack. That's good to know and see. Meanwhile, Sewell and Jacob Keller, yeah, that's just Jacob Keller. I knew that. Are duking it out here as we're coming up to 6 laps to go.
Former teammates Sewell and Jacob Keller battling for position down here in Lumcar. But unfortunately, nothing to do it on that exchange for Sewell. Can he get back around Jacob Keller? But we see Chris George having a really impressive run, but Royce right there in front of Tyler Slider. They are a lot closer together now than they were last time. Can Tyler Slider throw what we like to call a slide job here on a road course? Tyler Slider, you know who's going to be aggressive. Royce is probably the best car out here. Leo was half a second at the line. Tyler Slider wants to make it a lot closer than that. Top 3 under a blanket.
And it's going to be all down to who can command the bravery up this uphill section onto the straightaway. Everybody keeps that bravery and that command going pretty good. In fact, actually, Royce, I think, made up a little bit of time and put a little bit more of a gap out there over the rest of the field. As we look in some more throughout the pack, the damage just doesn't seem to really be affecting too many drivers right now. Actually, oh man, Dexter Cortez, never mind. The damage is most definitely affecting him. Probably because he's losing a bunch of rear downforce. That would probably help explain it. However, you need, and especially at this type of track, you need a hell of a lot of downforce. But Royce, that lead may not be safe for long as we're coming up to 5 more laps.
5 laps to go for Royce. Can Royce hang on? He's going to try it. Tyler Slider is really, really strong today. Putting on a really good clinic. Can he do something? Can Royce hold off Tyler Slider? Finn right there in third, waiting for an opportunity to pounce. Chris George has lost a lot of time to these top 3, but still doing a really good job at P4 in its first ever start. As we see a battle back here, it's like the 92 has made its way around the 54 pretty easily. Didn't have much trouble there. As Tyler Slider's right there on the back bumper of Royce as we hit on the back.
And Tyler Slider just seems to be a lot better through more of these corners. But meanwhile, Royce is able just to pull away on the straightaways. And it's making Tyler Slider's life a living hell at the moment. However, a man that you have to watch out for is Finn. Crafty veteran, talked pre-race about him being a winner at Sonoma in Season 1 because he was a wily vet and just watched Mama Beast drive off into a sand trap. You can expect to see him do possibly some of the same. As actually, he's had a really bad section here, falls back just a little bit. I'm kind of expecting him to lay back and allow Tyler Slider and Royce to kind of duke it out and fight it out a little bit, and let them make that mistake.
He's going to force them into a mistake, but he lost a lot of time right there through the second half of the lap. Chris George is starting to close in a little bit on them. Chris George has actually pulled away from Tyler Kuntz a lot over these last few laps. I'm sorry about that. I had to catch my breath right there. Tyler Slider trying to get around Royce. Royce, crafty veteran as well. Can Royce get there? Can Royce hang on? Does Royce have what it takes to hold up Tyler Slider? Does Tyler Slider have what it takes to get around everybody else? Can Tyler Slider rob Royce of a win here tonight as we head down the back?
This race is an absolute tongue twister here, and it's an absolute war and an absolute battle. I want to shout out this top 10. Robert Chin, P10. Then you go Sewell, Jacob Keller, Badger Sickle. Then Jay Manning, Tyler Kuntz, Chris George, Finn, Tyler Slider, and Royce. That is currently your top 10. Shout out Thad Shin for being right behind Robert Chin. Kind of funny how those names kind of line up like that. Meanwhile, I don't know where Piggy's going. She's driving on the grass, but having a great run. Remember, last time we talked about Piggy, she was P24, fighting for that position, and she just went around the outside on Isaac for P16. What a move from the crafty veteran, and just the veteran presence around the road courses is always extremely needed. As speaking of veteran presence, Finn seems to be on the back bumper of Tyler Slider.
Yeah, Finn has definitely closed the gap on Tyler Slider. Roy's starting to gap them a little bit. I think Tyler Slider's been making a couple mistakes here and there, but able to get hard on the brakes, but Royce is just a lot better on exits. It looks like Tyler Slider's better on the entries, but the exits are a lot. I've just proven the difference right there. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens here. Tyler Slider loses time. Finn's going to be on the back bumper, but they're both having their gaps forming between top 4 and top 5. Going to be very interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, 3 to go right now. I mean, you have to become aggressive. They're getting aggressive back here in the back. Just being stupid, basically. And you actually just love to see it, the aggressiveness and everybody wanting this race. I mean, road course races, there's only 2 of them. So if you're a guy who is good at road courses, you only have 2 opportunities. You have to be aggressive and prove your worth. Obviously, this is a developmental series. You got to earn your seat. I mean, this is, to be fair, the lowest of the low. But I'm surprised with how well these drivers have been able to hang on to these cars, especially for Royce right now.
Roy's doing a really, really, really good job just being nice and smooth, not making any mistakes whatsoever, just doing what he needs when he needs to do it. Starting to pull away from Tyler Slider. Now Finn is on the backbone of Tyler Slider as we are 2 laps to go here from Golden State Motorsports Park. Finn's going to make a move to the inside. Yeah, he would be the inside, but Tyler Slider able to hold that spot for now. How aggressive does Finn get? As Brian's freaking out, how aggressive does Finn get?
Yeah, because we have a caution. We have a caution with 2 to go. Dean, Royce's teammate, is in pit road. I don't know what happened, but that could potentially cost Royce this race. As now it's the race back to the line. Obviously, Royce, as long as he doesn't screw up this lap, he should be well on his way to leading us back to the caution flag here. But now it's currently a battle between Finn and Tyler Slider. And I'm interested to see. It looks like Finn's actually kind of letting off a little bit. Maybe you don't want to start around the outside. Maybe you want to try to start around the inside. Obviously because of turn 1 and turn number 2. But with that being said, Dean is on pit road. We are under caution, and we're going to overtime.
Oh my goodness. This changes absolutely everything. Oh, this might have just given the race win to possibly Finn, maybe Tyler Slider. Heck, maybe even Tyler Coots from P5 back there.
Oh, whoa.
Dean blows up! Through turn 1 from P13.
A really good run for Dean, too.
The engine just lets go. Heartbreaker.
Oh.
Yeah, wow. Just a giant puff of smoke. And then there goes. That is a shifting zone. Maybe he messed the shift up?
I do not know. And he just parks it in the middle of the track because why not? I love that idea. Screw over you.
There was enough room on both sides, so.
Fair enough. Just barely. We're getting reports that it's just a flat out engine failure.
That is so strange. I would just let go that just out of the blue like that. There had to be some sort of warning.
Possibly. I don't know. But oh boy. We're going into overtime. Oh, we got damage. We got damaged goods up here. What the heck happened to Jake Mays? It looks like he got ran into and ran into someone else.
Maybe we had what we normally have on like the highway. It's just one guy hits the rear end of someone else and then they hit.
Well, he's chilling out. Pace car is here. How we doing? You got William Drake behind you. Ooh, massive stack up here. William.
Drake, yep.
Oh, and then James Olsen decides to jump in. Oh, we got actually. Oh, whoa. Everybody's doing it.
We got some beef up here.
Maybe they just don't know how to hit their brakes. Probably the same thing.
I mean, do they have good brakes in these cars?
I don't know. I think we got good brakes. I mean, we never have to use them because we're going so damn fast.
Maybe
we haven't had a brake failure today, so I'm guessing we have good brakes. I mean, to be fair, there's not too many like hard braking zones.
Oh boy, this is. Well, Brian, we're in for a treat.
What type of treat?
An insane treat. A tasty treat.
Oh, tasty. Oh, I like tasty. I'm fat. I like food. Sorry. Oh, what is Tyler? Buddy, that's a wait a second.
No.
Well, we were just speaking about the brakes. Look, his brakes are on fire.
Oh my goodness, brakes have caught fire!
How did
P2! Tyler Slider!
It looks like he was sliding those corners and pushing those brakes really hard.
But you know what this means, right?
Oh,
Chris George is going to be in P3 on debut.
Jesus.
Oh my goodness. This changes a lot. P2 has blown the brakes.
The brakes no work. They're on fire.
Brakes.
He needs to pull a Brad Keselowski and do some donuts. Instead, he's just pacing on the grass instead. maybe that's how you cool it down.
I mean, he's gonna have to pull it to pit road, isn't he?
Unless he can get the fire out, but even at that, he's probably gonna have damage. brakes. He's where are you going,
There
sir?
he goes. He's passing everybody. It looks like Royce just slowed down.
Well, now wait a dang minute.
Did something happen to Royce?
No, but this is going to promote Chris George somehow. Well, Finn, buddy, wait a second.
What happened to Finn?
Why is Finn aligning? Did Finn just like manipulate this race? How? I don't think that's how
Finn,
that works, Finn. I don't think you're
Finn
supposed
might
to.
just. Chris George is gonna be on the outside on this
What
restart.
did the
Let's see how.
What in the choose cone rule is happening? What is
There you
Johnny
go!
doing? Johnny.
Johnny, what? What is happening? These cars. Are
Oh,
these
he's got
cars
a
gonna
flat
make it?
tire.
Are they gonna make it on fuel?
Oh yeah, yeah. We're
Oh,
good.
they're good on fuel.
Yeah, we good. We good. Um, get him, Tyler.
Well, this.
Get the pace car. Punt the pace car.
He's
Get
like
pissed
Tony
off.
Stewart.
Remember when I was sitting here talking about Strange Motorsports was having a pleasant weekend? They were set up for a pleasant weekend, and now
This.
this has happened.
Well,
And there goes
this.
Johnny.
Chris George is coming on the outside on debut for a late race restart in overtime.
Oh boy.
What has this race come to?
What are they doing
Fields
back
in the
here?
hands- Fields in the hands of Royce and Chris George. Green flags in the air, racing again here in Golden State Motorsports Park. And Chris George has cleared to the race lead. Can he get clear of Royce? Yes, he does. The pure rookie on debut. The only person to pass Royce all day is Chris George. Chris George got a really good restart right there. Can he hang on? Got a little bit sideways on exit right there. Royce is going to be right there in the draft. This top 400 blanket. Royce has been the quickest car all day long. Chris George has been right there solid all day long. Can they do it? Can Chris George hang on?
Wow. Hey, Savage, this rookie may be good at racing.
He might be, but he's still got a whole nother lap to go.
He does, but Royce is right there, putting the pressure on. Meanwhile, Finn has dropped all the way back to P number 5, and we got battling and racing going on back here. Some drivers who were not up here before are now up here, and the field is shuffling. I don't really know what happened. Royce takes a wide line through that corner. Royce is choking. Choke artist Royce. Chris George on debut may actually win it. We're coming to 2 to go. Wait, what the hell?
2 to go? What?
I don't know if that's quite how. Oh, we got beef. We got cars pitting.
Are we going to have a caution? Cars are coming down pit road. Chris George has to hang on for a couple more laps.
No caution. No caution.
No caution. If we don't get a caution this time by, race will be official. Tyler Cooch makes a move on Finn. Clear into P number 4. Chris George has a gap of about half a second. Can Chris George hang off Royce? Royce closes that gap down a lot. Royce is definitely the fastest car on that racetrack right now. Can Royce get to Chris George? Can Chris George hang on as we're coming, as we're setting up for the back straightaway? Chris George, pure rookie on debut.
Finn defending his position for his life right now. His pace has all of a sudden just fallen off. Tyler Coombs is coming in hot, trying to do something. Arthur Doinker involved in this one. Also, he had some pit stops by Porter Wyatt and a few guys. I don't really know what is happening. Maybe we're not good to go on fuel. I actually have never checked it, but you know what? I'm going to let fate and destiny decide. As again, Royce does not have a good entry into that corner. And Chris George is driving away at the moment. But wait.
As we come out.
Oh, okay, never mind. We good. I thought he was pitting there for a second.
Chris George is going to come off the final corner. No caution. He's going to see the white flag one more time around for Chris George. Savage Racing, Dodge, and Lionel Racing. Can he hold off Royce, who has led every lap except for these last few. Royce is really, really strong. He Royce has to be kicking him inside that race car right now for
He
those wide lines he's taken. Royce trying to get there. He's really solid through the beginning sections of the lap. But Chris George is right there just being solid. Been solid all race long as we're coming to the back straightaway. It's going to be all about who can put the pedal to the metal.
and Chris George, man. I'm gonna be honest. If I'm Royce, I'm beating the crap out of Dean when I get back to the garage area here. I'm also probably gonna beat the crap out of some Pontiac engine builders as well. If this is the case, however, he did make up an absolute crap ton of time. I will, when we get down here to the penultimate turn, give it back to Savage because I think he may want to call this one. Chris George just recently signed, not as a road course ringer, but to go full-time racing in LUMCAR, and he may be the person to win Savage Racing's first ever race in LUMCAR.
Chris George out of the final corner. Royce not able to get there. Chris George down the front straight for the final time. Chris George gonna win his first career race in his first career start. Savage Racing wins in LUMCAR. Chris George holds off Royce for the win in Golden State. What an incredible drive from the young rookie. Great job. Royce is giving him showing a little bit of respect right there between competitors. Great job by that 6. How about it, Chris George? Your race winner tonight.
Meanwhile, Porter Wyatt's still just trying to finish the damn lap right now. I don't know what happened to him, but he's going to be finishing well off the pace. Also, Jihad Way, we're getting reports he blew a motor. So, lots of chaos. We're going to go back here and review it here as Porter Wyatt goes across the line. Arthur Doinker involved in this one. Sly Racing, absolute heartbreak at the end of this one. God damn, we need to look back on the stupidity that actually was this restart and all this stuff. A bunch of guys hit pit road. Here's the incident with Arthur Doinker.
Running the racing line side by side in the back, just wrecks himself. That looked pretty bad. That's bad. Yeah, that's pretty bad right there.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out why everyone's pitting. There's a bunch of guys who pitted. I think also Jihad Way for tires right here. I don't know if it was, we can, no, I cannot go back and check. They should be good on fuel. Oh, just goes right through them. Cool. I don't really know, and especially because it's only back markers. I have a feeling Johnny's little, hey, speak of the devil, Johnny's little, I guess you can call him shenanigans, but his issues there on the restart maybe had a factor, especially considering they're all coming out pit road super quick. I'm guessing there may have been some black flags handed out. But let's go back and take a look at the race winning move here by Chris George. Mostly due to Finn being an incompetent idiot.
Finn being an idiot makes a massive driver error. Let's listen to this restart.
Queuing up here. Hands shaking. Palms are sweaty.
Wow.
What a start.
Hell of a restart by Chris George, pure rookie, and he was clear in turn 1.
And he blocked off the run from there. I don't really know what happened to to Royce here. He just gets duffed. Maybe had some wheel spin.
It sounded like he spun the tires a little bit there. And
Yeah.
that made all the difference.
Like we were alluding to earlier, these cars in first and second gear are absolutely terrifying to drive. You can see him losing the back end of the car a little bit through that corner. And from there, it was
you can see Chris George get sideways up there, too.
Everybody getting sideways, man. These things are monsters. I'm surprised they were able to keep them, for the most part, on track.
Yeah.
But with Savage, what's the feels right now?
Honestly, shock. I'm being completely real with you right now. I did not see this coming. We signed him. We need a car. We need a driver, and it
worked.
It somehow worked out. He was quick all weekend, I guess.
I'm gonna be honest. What is the odds that you maybe just give him the ride over Andabar?
No. I had to see more. Like, genuinely, I had to see more right now.
I mean, okay. But take a looking. What the hell did I just say? Take a look at your finishing results. Chris George, Royce, Jay Manning, Finn, Tyler Kuntz. That is your top 5. Badger Sickle with a good run. Finally had some good luck. Robert Chin, Jacob Keller, top 10. Sewell and Thad Shin, top 10. Followed by William Drake, Jake Mays, James Olson, Oliver Miller, Isaac Piggy, Ember Esteves, Andrew Barr, King David, Josiah, top 20.
Breeze, P21. Deshaun Harper, P22. Travis Martinson in P23. Jess, 24th position. And then you have Penelope, Dexter Cortez, Johnny, Everett 1, Eli Nightstick, Joseph Kiki? Something like
Kiki.
that. Kiki. John Pallett, Ozzy Allen, Holden, Brandon, Arthur Donkor, and Porter Wyatt as your last cars on the lead lap. Ethan Jamerson 1 lap down after early incidents. Jihad May blows up, finishes P38. Tyler Slider finishes 3 laps down in P39. And Dean was the first car to blow up and finishes P40.
I'm surprised that you said Jihad Way correctly.
Why are you surprised about that?
I figured you would look at that. I didn't think you would have problems with Kiki.
I just want to make sure it's Kiki. I didn't know exactly, because that's what I thought it was. I just didn't want to, mess it up.
That's fair. Sam's going to be pissed about when he hears this race. Nope, ending card, screw you.
Aw, man.
Oh, man. Alright. With that being said, thank you so much for liking, watching, blah, 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 all that good stuff. Peace.